From Wayward Social in Marshalltown, this is Bobcat Live.
Welcome into Rosie's at Wayward Social. Great to have you along tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis, joined by Brynjar Brynjolfsson, assistant coach for boys basketball, to kick off the show here tonight. And Coach B alongside me. Coach, I tell you what, 64-53, a win on the road at Mason City on Tuesday night for the boys. And it was an impressive game, the way that they were able to do it, not only on the defensive end, but offensively, lighting up with 14 made threes, 14 of 23 from three-point distance, best three-point shooting night. But that's been kind of a theme all throughout the year, with a very efficient shooting and selective shooting and making sure you're getting good shots. What was your takeaway on the offensive end, seeing Kyle Smith light it up for 7 threes that night?
Well, there was some balance, too, with Drake making some, too, and Jacob's been playing his best basketball that he's played of his career here lately. I've always said it's really easy to play the game when everything's going your way. And offensively, obviously, the ball was going in the hoop, and we're feeling good about ourselves. That's what you need on the road. Pack your bags, and let's get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
But
especially when it's snowing like it was.
Correct. But at the end of the day, we shot the ball well. It's one of those nights. That's not going to be every night, obviously. The defense got to be our base, and it has been all year. Obviously when we have nights shooting the ball well and all that, makes the life a little easier. But
yeah,
it's always good to see Kyle make him, and not only that, Drake, I think he's very capable and had a great night, and his driving and just overall in the last 4 or 5 games, just the way we've been sharing the ball, one more, the guys are willing to sacrifice their open shot for somebody that's maybe even shooting the ball a little bit better. So it's a team effort there too. Yeah,
and we joked that Drake Gersma, we didn't know he had it in him, knocking down 3 threes, but they weren't just regular threes. They were like NBA threes. And Coach even joked a little bit. Coach Apple joked that maybe a couple of those were ill-advised, but he got him to go. 24 points. How do you feel like he's kind of rounding into it as you close down, 7 games or so left in the regular season?
Really well. I mean, he's obviously turned into our prime defender against somebody that we feel like we need to try to shut down. Their leading scorer usually on the other team if they're on the perimeter. Then on top of that, offensively, just the work that he's put in and just the buy-in of us coaching him a little bit about trying to play off 2 feet. Not going in there and just kind of throwing something up or, just really made some strides on that, and it's obviously showing up in the box score a little bit.
Being intentional with scoring, right?
Yes.
I mean, knowing when to pass, when to score. How do you kind of help a younger guard through that? Because obviously he played a lot in his sophomore season and running the point exclusively his junior season. How do you develop that into a guy? I know part of it is you either have it or you don't, but, how do you kind of work with the guy to improve that game of this is when I need to score and this is when I need to find somebody else?
Well, Drake has it in him. I mean, I don't think there's anything about it that doesn't show that he doesn't. But a lot of film, a lot of talk about situations in practice, a lot of talk about situations in games, having the game film after a game, breaking out a few things to point out to him what we could have done better. Look at this versus that. He's putting time in a little bit on his own from a film standpoint. So they're easy to coach. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
They do what we ask them.
Yeah, Coach Apple's kind of alluded to that aspect of this being an extremely, coachable team, but also the leadership aspect of Jacob Hayes and Kyle Smith. I've always heard the terminology in your college days, too. You probably know this, the more of those player-driven teams are the successful ones. Do you kind of feel like that's this team?
Well, yeah. Thing that I've always said is it's really easy to coach your team when your best player is your hardest worker. And that's obviously in Kyle Smith and from that standpoint. But what Jacob's done this year, I mean, his buy-in to every word that we've said has been incredible. He is, if we watch the film and if you watch our games, if you notice a little bit, the rebounds that he's getting is out of his area. He's grabbing them with 2 hands. It's something that we've been working on in practice consistently, and he's having to show up in the game, and that's the success that he's having because he's totally buying into everything we do in practice, the drill work and all that.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, the two of them, yes. It's really easy to coach your team when
Yeah.
the two seniors are, we got you. No problem.
Yeah, Dylan and I were talking today that, Kyle Smith, number one in the state in threes, but also number one in the state in rebounding in Class 4A. I'm sure in the A and 1A and 2A levels it's happened where a guy has led in the state with threes and rebounds, but I don't know if it's ever happened in the 4A level. Just how tough is that to accomplish, one, at the 4A level, and then also from the position? It's not like he's a big man getting his points inside and you're there for those rebounds. I mean, this is a guy that plays, on the wings a little bit, and then obviously is getting in there on the defensive end and racking up those rebounds.
Well, the first thing I would point out is that these aren't a lot of offensive rebounds. These are majority defense rebounds. So in order to get him, first of all, our defense got to be pretty good, and he got to be guarding somebody that is not – he's not contesting the shot.
Yeah.
So that means all the way around that our defense is actually pretty solid, because obviously we're holding teams to lower percentages and we're getting a chance to grab a lot of defensive rebounds. But he puts himself in a position to grab those every day. It's robotic, but it's just every single pass, every single play. He does not take a possession off, and that's the reason why he's doing it. And I would credit Jacob too. I mean, he's rebounding the ball. He might not be the number one in 4A or whatever it is, but he's rebounding the ball much better than he's ever had.
Yeah.
And that's just a little toughness mindset and just buying into some of the stuff that we've been doing, like I said.
Yeah. With your collegiate experience, what do you kind of assess? I know Kyle's had a little bit of interest out there as far as recruiting and playing at the next level, but I've kind of looked at him like he would be a real, like he could turn into a stud at the D2 level. What's kind of your assessment on him playing at the next level, and maybe as you guys as a coaching staff trying to help him get to the next level?
Well, number one, you can never have enough shooting on your team. And if you have some playmakers around and you have some bigs around, and all of a sudden, and I always joke about it, but when Coach Apple played for us at MCC, and we had Tyler Brown, DeMarcus Phillips, and Will Clyburn. And, what happened with Mike is next thing you know, we're playing Southeastern, and he goes, 7 for 7 or 8 for 8 or whatever it was in the first half from the three. And I always referred to him as Batgirl because, Will was our Superman, DeMarcus was our Batman, and then Coach Apple was our Batgirl. And his role was he wasn't being guarded by the best player and so forth. And that is something that I think with Kyle at the next level, where he can be the piece of the puzzle a little bit and not carry the load that he is for us right now, that's where it's going to really show up really how good of a shooter he is. Because, he's one of the better ones that I've been around. On the flip side of that, and when I say this, Kyle knows that I've been saying this to him for probably about 3 years, but he got to start eating a cheeseburger or two. So, we gotta get some shoulders. If you look at these college guys, they got bodies and they're men. The freshman at Iowa State, for example, he might be a little skinny, but he's strong.
Yeah.
And I refer to that as a little skinny strong. But
you're talking about Torrey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you look at Lipsy. His shoulders, his chest. These guys, and that's the aspect that Kyle is missing just a little bit. Now, at the same time, you got 5 years to play, 4 in college or whatever it is. Can Kyle do that? Yes. And if he finds a way to bulk up a little bit and do what I think he can do and be on the right team with a, nice role where he's not just having that pressure on him night in, night out like with us, he can play at the Division I level, in my opinion. So.
When you look at you've got off until Tuesday, what's that kind of look like for your team? You've been kind of hitting it hard over the past couple of weeks with 3 games in 1 week like last week. Is it kind of a good point to have a little bit of a refresh?
This worked out pretty good for us, especially with school being off, not having a game, having a makeup game and all that.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday here at practice, I thought today was one of our better practices after Christmas overall. I thought just 1 through 16 on our team, I thought we played really hard and competed, and the second group really gave us good effort, and it was a really good practice. Now we take tomorrow off, we come back Sunday night, go Monday, go play on Tuesday on the road, Fort Dodge. We just got to be us.
Yeah, and you took down Fort Dodge by 20 last time, back on December 19th. Final question for you is, last week a little bit of a tough week, close loss on the road at North. You lost Friday night at Roosevelt, but then you respond right back with a nice road. Obviously you've got a 2-hour road trip. Mason City always plays you tough. Mm-hmm. You overcome all that, get the win. Where do you feel like this team also on the resilient end of things is not, maybe beating themselves up after a loss, learning, all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it started kind of when we started practice back in November. I mean, we didn't really know what we had. Obviously, Jameson is out. We've talked about the freshmen starting and all that.
Yeah.
But it just kind of started that week. I mean, it was our effort. It was what we did every day, every possession, every pass. The guys really bought into it. And if you do that, just because you lost 2 games, I would say the Des Moines North game was obviously the one that we'd like to get back. Roosevelt's really good. I mean, they're just a really good team.
They are.
Yeah. I think, especially with a big kid starting to play for him, he's only played in 4 games. They have a variety of ways of scoring. I would put them right there with Ames. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, like having a better ability to score the ball. But for our group, I mean, whether we lost 3 straight, all we got to do is every time, and we've talked about it a little bit after the North game, if we go away from what we stand for and what we've been doing in practice every day, we're just very mediocre. Our margin for error is not very high. What we're doing of whatever the first or second or third leading defense in the state, that doesn't just happen by walking out on the court and taking things for granted. That happens by playing every single possession and really just understanding your position, how to close out, how to block out, no second chances, don't turn the ball over for points, no pick six, as I've referred to it. That's who we are. And might have had a rough one against Roosevelt, gave one away probably against North, I would say. But at the same time, if we just could keep doing what we're doing, we'll have a chance in every game.
Yeah, and I'm sure it doesn't happen just at the high school level, but, at the college level, it's reinforced at every level, but valuing every possession, kind of what you're talking
100%.
about. I mean, is that a hard part of the job of coaching?
It definitely is. I mean, I'll give an example. Like, when I was at the University of Idaho, that last, my second year or third year, we averaged like 11.4 turnovers a game. And that meant that we were actually like shooting probably about 9 or 10 possessions more. We actually got to shoot the ball and hit the rim at least more than the other teams for the most part. And even though we shot 42%, we were still making as many field goals as a lot of the other teams. That's kind of a little fuzzy math there, but at the same time, that possession of having the ball and never allowing the team to go the other way, and the best turnover to have is obviously just throw the ball out of bounds. We can guard you. But if you throw it away and they're going the other way, I mean, that's a tough one. But the possession and just value in every possession, and it goes both ways, defensively as well. I mean, if you're going to take a possession off at the collegiate level, I mean, you might as well just count 2.
Yeah.
Same at the high school level.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're playing in some of those games and we play against the teams that we play that have 4 or 5 guys that can actually score the ball, it obviously depends on the team a little bit. If we have a dead play, we're
it's going to show.
Scored on. Yes.
Yes. For sure. Coach, thanks for the time. Good as always to see you.
Thank you.
Take care. As Coach Brynjar Brynjolfsson, assistant coach for boys basketball, on with us here tonight. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will be joined by the juniors on the basketball squad. This is Bobcat Live from Rosie's inside Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Back in on Bobcat Live. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're now joined by some of the juniors. We're missing. Who are we missing? Just Jameson? Is that the only junior? Gee, what happened there? Faith?
He playing 2K.
Got to get that video time. All right, I'm just going to have you guys go around. Tell me, obviously you're all juniors, but tell me your name and a little bit about how your season is going. Cameron, why don't you lead it off?
My name is Cameron Holmes, and my season is going off bad because I just need to work on a few things, but so far it's been going off bad. Yeah.
My name is Drake Gersema. How I think my season's going so far, I feel like at first I kind of started off rough, but I kind of like trusted in my skill, and I started building and growing, so I feel like everything started to get better.
Yeah. Well, and obviously you had a little bit of the injury bug to begin. You had a flu and all that kind of stuff. And I was walking down the hall, and it reminded me, it's like every year you kind of been through a little bit, because last year you were wearing the mask. So you gotta battle through it sometimes, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, Faith?
Yeah, my name Faith, and a little bit about me is, my season been good, and I've been like getting the varsity better at practice too, so okay. I think I'm good.
That's an important role. All right.
My name is Ethan Mallock. My season, I think it's been going pretty good. I've been trying my best at practice, get the varsity ready, and just make me better as a person and player.
All right, so what'd you think? 24 points the other night, Faith. What was your impression of seeing Drake do that?
I didn't know he could go 4 for 4 at the 3 line. I didn't know he had that, but it's tough.
We joked that we didn't know he had it in him too, but that's awesome to see, and seeing that all the different scoring levels from inside. We see you drive, all that kind of stuff. Beating Mason City twice. What's that kind of mean to you guys on the varsity level? Being able to shut down, their big man Ty Sanchez Evans inside. We know that Marcel Wetner is going to get his points. It doesn't, he's one of those guys that can create all over the place. But to be able to take down Mason City twice this year, what did that kind of mean to you guys?
I mean, it's always a great thing to win. Also, just beating Mason City, I feel like we kind of got a rivalry there, so that's good. And then I feel like they're a pretty solid team too, so just going in there and beating them on their turf, it's a great feeling.
Yeah. Good deal. All right, I have a couple random questions for you guys. I have my own feeling on this, but I'll pass it around if you guys want to speak into the mic. If you could change one high school basketball rule, what would it be?
If I could change one basketball rule, I think if you make a full court shot or half court shot, it would be 4 points.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
I like that. Faith?
That's tough. I think if you make a full court shot, you just win the game.
Whoa, you think just because you PG1? I would say a rule they should change would be you get an extra step when you're about to like an extra gather step.
You want an extra step?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You get an extra step in the NBA.
Yeah. I'd probably say maybe add a 4-point line, or I don't know, maybe just adjust the 3-second rule in the paint. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine would be at the high school level, even though we have a shot clock now, the clock doesn't stop even under like a minute or 2 minutes like it does at the collegiate level, and you guys kind of like the Ames game, you found out how that kind of hurts you. I feel like that's kind of one of those rules. If you're going to add the shot clock, you might as well add that rule with the clock stopping a little bit. All right, tell me a little bit about how you started playing basketball, Faith. How long you been playing?
I started in 8th grade, and yeah, I was on the D team in 8th grade, and I worked my way up.
That's good. That's good. All right, Ethan?
I actually started playing because Drake's dad, he built an AAU team, so that got me into basketball during like 6th, 7th grade, and since then I've just been playing for the school.
Nice. Cameron?
I started playing basketball in 8th grade, and I got into it because I see my friends doing it, and I wanted to try it.
Yeah. I started like at the ripe age of 3.
That's it? I figured your dad put a basketball in your hand when you were bored.
Yeah, he probably did. But I feel like I've always grown up with a basketball, and my dad kind of helped me get better and encouraged me. So I'm really grateful for that.
That's awesome. And, of course, seeing your dad out there supporting you at every game is fun to see. Tell me, in your guys – what's that?
I need to shout him out.
Okay.
Hey, shout out Dave Gersema. Thanks for always supporting me out there.
Give it up to Dave. And also Dave, our producer. I don't know a bad Dave, Okay, last question. You knocked off Mason City twice. What's better, knocking off Mason City twice or when you get them back here February 3rd, knocking them off?
I mean, both. Just beating them, just winning. Always good to beat them.
Hey, great job tonight, guys. Thanks so much for coming out. Thank you. Yep. All right. Give it up for the juniors out here for the basketball program. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be joined by Ray Delaney, boys swim coach, right here on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Back in on Bobcat Live as we're on location at the MHS swimming pool and joined by head coach Raymond Delaney. And Coach, I got to ask you, you're practicing at the Y tonight. How's the pool here? I know a little bit of an issue, but hopefully get that back and running soon.
We're hoping a little bit chilly, heat exchangers down. Buildings and ground staff have been awesome all year trying to handle things and keeping things operating the way we need to. Pools have issues. We're super lucky to have the Y, and they can accommodate us. Call them up on Monday and say, hey, we got pool issues, we're cold, and they can get us in. So it's part of the deal.
Yeah, I know Iowa City hosts state now, but the Marshalltown Y used to host it on the girls' side of things and boys as well. And so being able to have a facility like that here in Marshalltown, what's that mean to you guys and what you're able to do?
It's awesome, and running the Blue Wave program there, many of our boys are familiar. They're Y members as it is, and I swam high school state there, swam Y there through, so it's a special pool to me. And like I said, to be able to call up Shelly Lechner and be like, hey, I need pool space, and she goes, here's what I can get you. We're lucky to have it.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, it's been a great start to the new year for the boys swim team. 4-1. You finished third place at the Wahawk Invite. It's been a good run. What's kind of been this second half of the season after the Christmas break for you?
A lot of figuring things out. We had a great break, a lot of good training, had some fun, and to come out, we had that three meet week, and there were 3 big ones, and to get that meet against Mason City was big. Wish we could have gotten Lincoln. They're good. It was a tough one, and then good result at Waterloo. Good to see some different teams over there, and the boys swam well, and last week with 2 meets we could kind of mix around a little bit more, have been good, blow off some steam, and see some things we still need to see, and ready for conference on Saturday and districts in 2 weeks.
Yeah, time is flying by in the season. Tell me a little bit about Christmas winter break. You mentioned you did some training, but you also had a little bit of fun. So what kind of goes in that almost 2-week off period?
A lot of swimming. This year, oddly, we kind of had 2 meets too. Had Bobcat Invite Saturday and then went down to Ottumwa on that Monday. We hit it hard. There's some special things we do. That last practice before break, we do a set called 12 Days of Christmas. It's a ton of yards. The boys love it, but hate it. And then New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, we do some special things, and it's in between. It's as much swimming as we can, and it's a place where we make a lot of gains.
Of course, so far this year, Cade Randall, we've talked to him plenty of times on Bobcat Live. He's continued to lead you and the team this season in his senior campaign. Leading you right now in the 100 free, 100-yard, 200-yard free, 100-yard backstroke, 200-yard medley. I mean, when you look at his stats, it's pretty impressive. What does his role and impact on this team mean?
It's huge. Coming from the class we had last year, there was a bit of concern in my mind about some leadership, and he filled right in. Voted a captain. Jacob Seeberger voted a captain, and they've stepped right in there. And plenty of our other seniors and juniors have as well without that designation. But Cade's someone I can put anywhere we need, and these last couple meets moving around a bit. Hey, where can we put him? What can he do? Some of those, the 200, the backstroke, and some of those other events, not his true events, you would say, but we can put him in there. And he can have a good result. So it's great to have him. Big on relays. Excited to see what we can do here.
Yeah, you bring up Jacob Seeberger, and not only is he a swimmer, but he's a golfer. And swimming and golf, the 2 things they have in common in my mind are that they are mentally challenging. You're doing a lot of talking to yourself, I'm sure. Yeah. How have you seen him kind of handle that pressure out there when you get in the lanes?
He's a competitor. When he's leading off, swimming the 50, it's a tough event, and it's very mental, but this year he's greatly improved on a lot of those things, and pushing through, being tired, and trying to find that next gear. Even the Monday night, leading off is the 2 free relay, wanted to see him keep that tempo, and he did, and swam season best on it. And we swam pretty heavy in the morning and for warm-up, and so that's encouraging. His breaststrokes really came along, swimming a lifetime best in there already, and excited to see where he can go. And it's hard to predict where things will fall. Being top 32, you can have the average, kind of have an idea of where it's been, but you never know. So hopefully we can be on the right side of that.
Who's kind of impressed you? Maybe somebody new coming along. I know Cade Randall's younger brother has had some really good finishes this year too.
Eli's been great as a freshman. Zeppelin McCauley, another freshman, was one. He had swam, wasn't sure if he wanted to swim high school, done a little blue wave. Seeing what he was doing this summer, I was impressed and really wanted him, and he's flourished, varsity swimmer. That's great. Parker Kristen has come along. Aaron Hunter has come along in their junior year, big time. Sophomores Thomas Stanley and Jack Nelson, again, have filled big roles. And finding spots and trying to figure out, what's best for everybody in their positions.
This weekend, it is the Iowa Lions Conference meet in Ames. Give me a little bit of a preview of that one.
Should be a good one. Thinking about it and where we could be, I'm not, I don't think we can quite touch Ames, but we could be second, we could be fifth. I'm not sure. Obviously, Roosevelt, Lincoln have gotten us in dual meets. The way the meet scored out might not favor, a deeper team or a top-heavy team one way or the other, but looking to be competitive. Should be good, good swimming across the board. It's a fast pool, so, hey, if anything, some good time should be coming our way.
Yeah. Last question for you. Of course, we mentioned conference, but then district's right around the corner. State is February 13th, 14th. I mean, the season is flying by. How you feeling? How's the team kind of in that groove? Because, this is the time you want to be at your peak, right?
We're getting there. JV boys are tapering for conference, and even with the disruption of our schedule this week, they're looking good. Told them it's a window into the future for the varsity boys. It's an important job for them to swim out of their minds on Saturday, and I think they'll do exactly that. Always encouraging, as tired as everyone else is, to still swim, those season bests or be touching close. I think Saturday we have the opportunity to do that. And then they have another hard week of training, and then where they get to taper, cut back as well into that district meet.
Well, best of luck as the season winds down. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that is Ray Delaney, head coach for boys swimming for Marshalltown High School. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll visit with AD Ryan Esgreg right here on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit visionsource-marshalltowneyecare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Eat at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and support the Bobcats when you order the Bobcat Burger. 2 juicy quarter-pound beef patties stacked with crispy bacon, sautéed onions, and a mouth-watering blend of American, cheddar, Jack, and Swiss cheeses, all on a toasted bun with fresh shredded lettuce. And here's the best part. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold goes to Marshalltown High School activities. Satisfy your burger craving and support the Bobcats at the same time. Only at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live here inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Ryan Esgreg, AD for Marshalltown Bobcats, now joining me. Busy time of year for you. I mean, I love the winter. I love calling basketball games, but I know out of all the seasons, I feel like winter is the most. Is this the busiest time of year for you, or what do you feel like?
It's definitely a challenging time of year. Yeah, you're always battling weather and. Some could make an argument spring's very busy. To me, it kind of all blends together at this point. So, it's definitely a busy time right now.
Yeah. I was just at the gym earlier and at the Roundhouse and saw the wrestling team taking off. They were going to Fort Dodge tonight. Nick Wise was just our athlete of the week last week. He went on the road down to Bettendorf and got a couple wins over a top 10 and a top 12 ranked wrestler, and he's wrestling really well, 144 right now, and putting it all together. I know he's got his eye on getting back in the podium. He got 7th last year. How fun is it to kind of see them having more success this year?
Yeah, like Coach Cross said at the beginning of the year, they, we kind of reloaded, and Nick's had a tremendous year, just like we knew he would. He's been a leader on and off the mat in the room to the younger guys. He's actually given my son some wrestling lessons too. So, he's just doing amazing things. And, we're hopeful to see him atop the podium. He's undefeated. And, I know Southeast Polk kids ranked number 1. And Nick is definitely ready to, make that jump on the podium again.
Yeah. Of course, bowling going on. They just hosted North earlier today. And then last week we talked about MCC is adding men's and women's bowling. When you kind of heard that news, what's kind of your thought? Because in that article they specifically mentioned the success of MHS bowling. How pivotal is that to the community in your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's outstanding. We have tons of great bowlers in this community, and I was watching some of the adult league over there on the way in, and a lot of them have had kids go through the program, and Coach Nate's over there bowling too right now. So I think it's awesome, and I know we have a lot of bowlers at the next level right now, and I'm sure if they had that option to stay in town and bowl here at Wayward Social and bowl for the MCC Tigers, they certainly would. So I think it's great. And our bowling team has had a great year, and we host regional boys and girls bowling again. That hasn't been officially announced yet, but we're going to host both. And our boys bowlers, they definitely have their eyes on getting back to state and hopefully getting a title. Yeah,
it's a great venue out here at Wayward Social to be able to host all that bowling action. Of course, basketball going on right now. Girls and boys are both 9-5 on the season. One of the most successful seasons that we've known or researched in quite some time. How fun is it to see? I mean, seeing some of these games, Waterloo East, there's such a great crowd in town, and we've seen a bunch of those good crowds supporting these good basketball teams this year.
Yeah, it's been a fun season. Both boys and girls 9-5 right now. And like you said, we've had tremendous support from the community. Our student section's been great. The pep band, everyone. So, obviously, since the girls' basketball team's here, I'm going to give them a huge shout-out. They've just had a really good year, and I know they're far from done. So, we look forward to seeing them hopefully keep pouring in some wins and bringing in good crowds to the Roundhouse, because I know a lot of people in the community are really excited about the future and the successful season they've had this year.
Really enjoyed talking with Jason Bowers, softball coach, over the last 3 years. He came over from East Marshall. Thought he did a really good job kind of rallying the troops on the softball, baseball, and softball. Sometimes I feel like with AAU and only state in the nation playing summer ball, kind of makes that a challenging job. But he obviously stepped up to it, and you've announced a new coach coming into this season, Madeline Dulke. Tell me a little bit about her and her story and her background, and how excited you are to add her to the coaching staff now.
Yeah, Madeline. She's new this year to the school district. Teaches over at Miller, and she also helped with volleyball. But she's got a lot of background and coaching. She's actually from Oregon, so coaching out in Oregon and the travel softball circuit. And we're really excited for her to get started. And she kind of already has getting started, with open gyms. And, I know she helped coach some of the girls in a high school league in the fall. So it was a pretty natural transition for her, I think, just to kind of take over. And, it'll be, I'm sure, a really fun season to watch the girls softball team and baseball as well. Like you said, it's a unique season with it being one of the only states that has it in the summer. So, but nonetheless, we look forward to seeing them play this year.
Yeah. Tell me about softball, because I know that the stands got updated last year, and that was great to have for the sports season last year with the new press box and everything out there. And then there was some more things done over the off season, right?
Yeah. So we got softball. We have a new infield material out there. So, what was supposed to be on a warning track was our infield. So it was just kind of a unique, weird playing surface, not really a natural, surface that they're used to playing on other fields. So we really excited about the enhancements, and we had work done on our baseball field as well. Just upgrades with the pitching mound and we had some lips forming kind of on the field. So it was it's been nice, and I look forward to seeing those finally this summer. But really excited. The bleachers and the press box and of course the new scoreboard that our booster club helped support. on softball as well.
Yeah, and of course, spring right around the corner, as we're alluding to. How do you kind of get ready for spring? Because there's so many different things. There's track, there's soccer going on, and obviously there's Leonard Cole Field, which serves multiple purposes. How tough is that, putting that schedule together to make sure that there's nothing overlapping in the spring schedule?
Oh, we still have some overlaps. Originally we were kind of planning on Franklin Field to be, if we did run into a track meet and a soccer game the same night, to use that. But, the track did not get completed at Franklin. And now we're told they might be here in May sometime to work on that track. So, yeah, Leonard Cole Field's going to be very busy again this spring between the middle school track probably and of course soccer. And it's a lot to schedule. But, and hopefully we can get district track here like we did last year back. And we're also hosting the conference girls track meet. So girls will have 2 home track meets this year for high school. So that's nice, plus the middle school. But, it's a lot to get ready for. The unique thing is we don't have girls tennis this spring either, right? Because we had it in the fall now. So that'll be
kind of a change.
That'll be kind of a change, right? and of course girls golf. So a lot going on. And but it's a busy season, but also kind of a short season compared to winter. So
is Franklin Field? It looks like exactly identical to Leonard Cole Field. Is that regulation for soccer over there too?
Oh yeah, it will be. And right now I have at least one boys soccer game scheduled out there in the spring, and I was planning on maybe 1 or 2 more in May, but now I might have to move some things around. But next year though it'll be a really good problem to have. I remember my first year here, Johnston, they wanted to move our game for boys soccer because they wanted to play us on their new turf field, not their old turf field. And I was like, man, I wish I had that problem. And now I kind of will have that problem. So really, I look forward to that. And it's going to be just a really cool. We'll also do our Gatorade scrimmage out there in the fall for football. So I think a lot of people will be excited about that.
Yeah, and that'll be against Grinnell?
Well, no, we don't know yet.
Okay.
Probably not Grinnell. We were hoping to get Grinnell because that was the first game at Franklin Field.
Yeah.
But it sounded like they already had a scrimmage lined up. But nonetheless, we'll be out there whether we're scrimmaging us or each other or Cedar Rapids, Washington.
Okay.
We've played them the last few years.
Yeah, we have. Yep. Soccer, hard to believe, already around the corner. Alluding to that, April 2nd. Boys will be at home against Newton. Girls will be on the road at Newton. And last year, the boys game, we covered that one. That was a phenomenal game at Newton. And I know Coach, talking to him, he was excited, Scott Johannes, just about the team that he has coming back. What are you kind of feeling on the boys soccer side? Because it seems like a lot of good momentum over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and they really played well last year, especially towards the end of the season. Mm-hmm. I mean, they gave Ankeny Centennial everything they could handle in that.
Yeah.
We did in that sub-state game. So, it's hard to say. We did lose a lot of seniors, but, kind of like I alluded to wrestling earlier, I think soccer can certainly reload pretty quick. So it's a challenging schedule, like you said, opening up with Newton, which is always a competitive game. And I think that they'll have another successful year, and just like they did last year. And hopefully we can get back to the state tournament one of these years as well. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun for sure. Ryan, always great to chat with you. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for all your coverage and everything you guys do. We really appreciate it.
Yep, for sure. Thank you. Give it up. Ryan is Greg AD for Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. When we come back, we'll talk girls basketball right here on KFJB-TV.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into Wayward Social or Inside Rosie's for Bobcat Live. We've got, man, what do we have? We've got most of the varsity and some JV out here for girls basketball tonight.
Yes, our team dinner.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What did you have to eat?
A few of the parents got together and just ordered a bunch of pizzas, so they're all having pizzas.
That's nice. What are we doing over there? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Black.
Huh?
Black.
Black?
Yeah.
Is that like a defensive thing or what?
Yeah, it's defense.
Okay.
Yep. All of our defenses
You're
are
lying.
colors. No, they really are. All of our defenses are colors.
Okay.
We have
all
black,
right.
purple, and orange.
Black, purple, and orange.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Probably purple, actually. I think we play purple better.
Okay. All right. 45-41 win on the road Tuesday night. You go 2-0 against Mason City this season. Earlier this year, you snapped a 31-game losing streak to them. And then you go right out and you win on the road. It was a 24-all game at halftime.
Yep.
Ladies were down 34-30 there in the second half. Rallied, won. What was your impression of that game and coming away with a tough road victory? Because obviously you've got to battle the 2-hour road trip and all that.
Yeah, I think it's the first time we've ever come out and actually played well from the beginning at Mason City on that trip, because normally we come out just kind of sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that really helped, that they came out really on fire and ready to win. And at halftime, like, Millie turns around and says, "We're not losing this game." And so even when we were down in the third quarter, I was like, all right, step it up. And that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just kind of tell the overall demeanor of all of them was, we're not going to lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
So having that kind of confidence and a little bit of swagger back, I think, helped get back in the win column again.
Yeah, for sure. This team has been resilient. We've seen, I know it was a loss to Waterloo East, but to fight in that game, make the big shot, and then just kind of continue. I mean, I know that January has not been kind health-wise to the team, but to see them kind of rally around that, show that grit and that leadership like you're talking about, what's that kind of mean from your point as a coach to coach a team that has got that leadership built in like that?
I think it's been really good because we don't have to monitor some of the things. Like if there's things going on within the team that might mess with the team chemistry, it gets taken care of, and sometimes we don't even know. Sometimes we just hear about it afterwards. So having that is really helpful. And I will say that this team, and probably last year as well, they really like to study basketball. Like, we always have film and playlists, and these guys will have watched it already. They know the scout. They know what the other team is going to do. They know how we want to play them. And it shows in how we play them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might look like we're not guarding that person on the three, but we're probably not guarding that person on the three because that's not what the scout said. That's not what we told them to do, right? Mm-hmm. And to every last one of them, they know how we want to play whoever we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have to adjust mid-game, they're going to adjust mid-game. So I think the leadership and kind of IQ of just seeing some of those things in game has really come to fruition this year. And you saw it up in Mason City, too.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about the Mason City game that I felt, maybe because of different players in different roles with some injuries and stuff like that, but on Tuesday night, that was the most well-executed offensive night. And also I felt like there was a lot of comfortability out there on the offensive end. Did you kind of feel that too?
Yeah, we adjusted our motion offense a little bit. You run something for the first half of the season and everybody's seen it, they can guard it. If they scout at all, they kind of know what our plan is. So we adjusted some things and had different cuts that are more natural. Like Kinsley and Georgia off-ball cuts are beautiful. And they just do it naturally. So we actually put in some offense to take advantage of some of their natural motions anyway. And I think that just, you could see that, and getting some more plays where we're getting Amara going downhill to the basket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that showed up. There were a couple of things that I don't know if Millie and Georgia put it together, but that pick and roll that they did, that's I was like, sweet, that was nice.
Yeah.
that wasn't anything that we had, but cool, do that.
Yeah, and when Georgia scores, sometimes it's so smooth. It looks different because she's a lefty. I don't know, maybe that's why it looks so smooth, because it's different than the righty. But being able to attack teams down the line here with your height and that kind of thing, and then on the defensive end, using that height to your advantage. I mean, you look at Frankie. She's leading this. She's top 5, I believe, in the state, or maybe she's number 1. Number 1 in the state.
She's 1 in blocks.
In blocks, yeah, and
top 5
in rebounds. You know, so you look at all those different things.
Georgia's 3rd in 5A in steals, and Millie is 5th or 6th in steals.
So how do you kind of capitalize on that, like when you go against Ames again here in another couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing against Ames is taking care of the ball on our end. And even Ames will tell you they have to press us because they can't do a half-court offense against us. Last year, they would get up by 20 and they would pull the press off, and then we would get back within 10 and they would have to press again. And he literally said in the handshake line, like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to keep pressing, but we could not score against you guys if we didn't press. And so as long as we can take care of the ball against some of that pressure, which I think we did a much better job on Tuesday up at Mason City, then I think our defense really, really tells the tale. And I think some of the things that they're seeing in game, like, we come out and do a 2-3 zone in the second half. They start trying to get it into that high post spot, right? And from there, then they got it to the wing. Twice Amara steals the post into the pass into the high post, so they kind of get her out of the play. Then Millie goes and steals it from the high post, and those are just things that they're seeing on their own, that, okay, this is where they want to go with the ball. We're taking that away. And that's just valuable basketball IQ, right?
Yeah. Grinnell has kind of had your number over the past few years. They're only 2-7 heading into Monday night. What's the challenge? And you have to do well on the road Monday coming up against the Tigers.
Yeah, we've been focusing more on our stuff. And we don't have a lot of film. We don't have a lot of stats that are been uploaded on Grinnell. But we're taking care of our stuff and working on what our offense sets look like, getting it a little cleaner. Going to rely on our defense and take that down to Grinnell and see what happens, and hope that comes out well, and then we're going to take it to Fort Dodge.
Yeah. And take it to them for the second time this year, right?
I feel like ever since we beat Fort Dodge at Fort Dodge last year on Kinsley's shot, we just don't want to lose to Fort Dodge anymore. And that's one of those where we don't even have to have film or scout, because they know the girls so well on their team now, and they know how they want to play them. That we're just going to go do our thing.
Yeah, sounds good. Megan, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to see you as always. Megan Heitman, assistant coach for girls basketball. Give it up. When we come back, we will have our roundtable with the girls basketball team. This is Bobcat Live from Rosie's at Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. As I'm going to adjust our camera real quick because we thought we gave head coach Brian Murphy the night off, but he brought his family. So we're going to get him on because we got to meet everybody. I don't know everybody in the family. So do you want to? Tell me your name.
Max.
Max. All right, Max. What's your name?
Bo.
Bo. Oh, I like that name.
Jay.
Jay. All right. Awesome. What'd you guys have? Pepperoni pizza?
Yes.
Was it good?
Cheese curds.
Ooh, cheese balls. I love it. Well, thanks so much for the Murphy family coming out here tonight at Bobcat Live. All right. I sensed a little bit of beef with the girls' basketball team earlier when Frankie was getting her pizza. So I had to ask Frankie, being our athlete of the week this past week as well, we got a picture of her as well. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of beef on the team outside of maybe what you're getting for your food. What's your favorite part about being with this Bobcat Lady squad?
That we all go everywhere together and everyone's just super fun.
What pizzas did you get here?
What pizza? Sausage, pepperoni, cheese.
All right. What's Frankie's go-to?
All of them.
Yeah, you're like my wife. She's never met a bad pizza, that is for sure. Who wants to talk next? Kinsley? All right, Kinsley, you've been in the program for quite some time. I talked about it with Coach, ending the losing streak to Mason City. Now you knock them off twice this year. How good was that feeling to get the win on Tuesday night?
It felt so good. Yep.
What was your reaction when you heard Millie saying we're not going to lose this one?
When?
Coach, were you not listening? All right, Georgia was listening to Millie. What did you think?
Yep.
All right, do we want to go? Let's go around. Everybody introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about, maybe you don't have to tell us everything about yourself, but tell us what grade you're in. It'd be easier than me trying to remember everybody's name and go around. So, Mallory, why don't you lead it off?
I'm Mallory. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Sophie, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Melanie, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Frankie. I'm a junior.
We already met Jay, right? Okay, all right. I'll just hand the mic, and we'll pass it down the line.
I'm Avery, and I'm a freshman.
One of the most physical on
I'm
the team.
Samay, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Kira, and I'm a junior.
I'm Amara, and I'm a junior.
I'm Morgan, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kinsley. I'm a senior.
I'm Georgia. I'm a senior.
I'm Kendall. I'm a junior.
I'm Millie. I'm a senior.
Okay, no last names there for everybody. Coming up is a big game against Ames. You got that. Tell me a little bit. Let's go, Millie. Tell me your key to knocking off Ames. I know you're one game at a time. You got Grinnell, you got Fort Dodge, so I don't want to get too ahead. But and Waterloo East, okay. Okay. All right. Never mind. We'll move on to the next question. All right, Coach is busting me up over here. Let's go, Millie. New question: who's your favorite player to face? Opposing player.
I don't know. I mean, like a team would just be Ames, because I don't. I think all of them.
Georgia?
I don't know people's names, so I don't know.
Kinsley?
Who's that girl that we played last night on Tuesday? Yeah, her. 24. Yeah.
Yeah, Anna Latham from Mason City is a tough one. Frankie?
Monique from Lincoln.
I have to say, I put mine down, but Melena Hackley of Roosevelt, she's 5'0", but that girl can ball. Amara, you had to go against her, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, nobody said you didn't. All right. One final question for the ladies. I don't know. Who wants to answer the last question? You? Okay. We're past 2 wins. You've been avoiding the win cam. I got to know what's up with that.
I haven't seen him.
You haven't. It's hard to not spot Keith. I mean, he's out there roaming around.
I'm ready. I'm like this.
You ready? Okay. You did Mason City? Okay. Yeah, Keith said there was only 2 that did it, and I know it was Kinsley, so that's one of our favorite things. Kira? Last question goes to Kira Halstead. All right. Broncos, Patriots, 2 o'clock Sunday. Who you got?
Broncos, obviously.
All right, what's final score?
That's a very low-scoring game. Jarrett Stidham. He's coming through against his old team.
All right, we got Jared Stidham, backup quarterback. Anyway, all right, ladies, thanks so much for having Team Meal out here today. With that, we'll take a timeout. We'll be joined by band director Brett Umpton right here on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Back in on Bobcat Live, now joined by band director Brett Umpton. And, boy, the pep band was rocking and rolling on Friday night as it was alumni night. And I'm sorry, but we put – well, no, we didn't put – Dave wasn't even
his dad
working.
Stole him.
His dad's birthday. I forgot. Stole him that night. But what was that night to reconnect with some of the former band members?
That was awesome. It was good for them to see each other and connect. And I got lots of compliments from people around the Roundhouse telling me how awesome it sounded. So we got through a lot of music, and it was just fun hearing and seeing them play again. Some of them graduated just last year, and some of them 5 years ago, and some a long time ago that they wouldn't want me to mention.
I think even after the game, you played a few more songs after the game. So I'm sure everybody's just excited to just be back and playing, right?
Yeah, they do. Even from the rehearsal beforehand to during the game, I don't usually get any complaints about standing up and playing and next song. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Monday, you're going to be busy. It's state competition. What categories do we have? We have everything from concert, pep band. What else?
Well, this one is a state jazz festival. So that one's held in Fort Dodge this year. So we're packing up and going to Fort Dodge to perform around between the 7 and 8 o'clock between the two bands. And each of us has 3 songs. So our styles change: a swing tune, and then a ballad, and then I have a Latin tune, and then Jazz One has a funk tune.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
It's a good good group, and tomorrow is one of our jazz days, so we really got some work to do when we come back on Monday to get us ready for the competition.
Yeah. No school. Not only, I hear so much from like basketball coaches and stuff about not getting that practice time in, but you as well during the day. How essential is that? I mean, what do you have, jazz once, twice a week, or how often do you have it?
We have it 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, since we're on blocks, we'll have it 2 of the blocks, and
Okay.
then once shortened time for a flex on
Okay.
Mondays.
Yeah.
But working individually is awesome, but having that time together is super valuable, so you can
Yeah.
actually listen to other parts and work on balance and blend and just
Yeah.
all that connection that needs to happen.
Because you got to maximize that time you're in the classroom, right? I mean, it's
Getting into crunch time, we like to just do reps and get people into the flow and knowing how their chops are going to last. The endurance, like when they play a game or something, they got to know how to maintain all the way throughout.
Yeah. Being a trumpet player, I know
for sure.
Being able to last the whole day. So you've got all that going on. Plus, you've got jazz band concert coming up on February 9th. Is that right?
Yeah, so we'll do the same set February 9th if anyone is able to look for some live music. We do have a concert at 7 o'clock. It'll be show choir as well. But both jazz bands will play, and that's, again, at 7 o'clock at the high school auditorium.
Yeah. And then March 10th, concert band performs?
Yeah, so we're changing gears in our concert band scene from our December concert, and we've had a few weeks afterwards, after semester finals and so forth, to get ready for that. And Wind Symphony just got done sight reading a bunch of tunes, and then we kind of finalized and narrowed down what we're going to play for that concert. And even after that, I didn't mention to you, we have 2 college bands that are going to be come visiting us.
Oh, really?
These ones aren't like public performances, but we'll definitely advertise. The one on a Saturday will definitely be with Northwestern College.
Oh, wow.
So they'll be coming and doing a joint collaboration in the afternoon. And then Drake Chamber Ensemble is coming to play for the students during a school day, Wednesday.
Yeah. How much do you see I remember that kind of thing. And also when I played in jazz band in college, we would go to high schools and play, and I always kind of thought it was kind of cool because you could see some of the kids were excited to be able to see, kids who were a little bit older performing and that kind of thing. What do you kind of gain from that experience?
Well, that's awesome. The best is when they can go and advertise for their college, even if they're not music majors. You can go to a college and still play in the band.
Mm-hmm.
They have different levels of bands, and some will even give you scholarships to play in the band.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty neat opportunity, and just an in-person thing. You can talk to the musicians and hear that level and that quality of music. A lot of our honor bands usually have some component of college performance. We have a Drake Honor Jazz. We got 7 students selected that will be going to Drake for an honor band. That'll be February 2nd or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be some select students, and then, like I said, that chamber group from Drake coming is really good for our solo ensemble time to kind of get them jazzed up about playing in small groups.
Yeah. One thing when I was in college, we had a chance to play with somebody who, was kind of big time out in New York, and I was always like, I came away from those like, oh man, I'm not very good. It's amazing to see though people who can perform at such a high level, and even with Marshalltown High School, and I look at the marching band and just seeing them perform, I'm always amazed. I love music and seeing musicians play and kids who are passionate. Like Winter last year, having him on Bobcat Live, such a passionate kid. How much does that kind of reinvigorate you, seeing that interaction and seeing kids who are just so, jazzed up?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's awesome. It helps me see that the next step is possible for kids.
Uh-huh.
It's really exciting to know that they're thinking and staying with music. Even after college, I have, since I'm able to do the community band, I have people that have graduated and gotten jobs and then even come back and
Mm-hmm.
work and do that for us. And it's neat to know that what we have going on in the culture and the band program, that it continues, and they're excited about it with the alumni pep band and welcoming them back.
Yeah. All right, Band Boosters is going to have a spaghetti supper. You always do it during the winter. Tell me about that.
That'll be February 17th. That's a Tuesday. That'll be our traditional yearly pasta dinner. That one's been going on, I don't know, I saw a ticket a long time ago from like 1999. It's been going on a long time. So we're excited. That'll be the 5 to 7:30. We've added some gluten-free options, some carry-out, takeout options, and it's a good way to support the program. We're looking at new pep band jerseys
Awesome.
and mariachi trajes, our uniforms there, and then some instrument needs that we're wanting to purchase for next year. We got more people involved, so we need some more instruments and just things like that to help the program thrive and improve.
Yeah. And you said that was Tuesday, February
17th.
Okay, and from what time?
5 to 7:30.
Okay,
At the
and
high
it's
school
before. Is that
cafeteria.
before a basketball game? Do you know?
It wasn't on the calendar when I put it.
Okay,
but
okay. I couldn't
there's just
remember because I was going to say I'd definitely make plans before the basketball game to come get the pasta
Right.
dinner.
Yes.
I love that. Great to have you on. I love that you wore your You and I proud here.
Yeah.
So go Panthers.
Definitely, for sure. I love it.
Brett, always great to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Give it up right up then. Marching band and band director for Marshalltown High School bands. As we take a final timeout, we'll wrap things up when we come back to Wayward Social.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Final time on Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here at the show. Invite you out each and every week to grab something to eat and drink and help support coaches and athletes in the Bobcat athletics and activities departments. Coming up, our broadcast schedule on Monday, we'll have girls basketball on the road at Grinnell, and then Tuesday we'll be on the road at Fort Dodge to take on the Dodgers as the boys and girls look for a clean sweep on the season against the Dodgers. Thanks so much to our producer tonight, David Braga. I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Bobcat Live from Wayward Social inside Rosie's right here on KFJB-TV.